This is Brittney Slayes from Unleash the Archers, and you're watching Chaoszine.
Okay, so what's up everyone? Chaoszine is today here at John Smith Rock Festival and I have Brittney from Unleash the Archers as guest. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
It's quite morning time, but considering what's happening, it's all good.
Yes, we made it. We got out of bed in time.
And you played your first ever show in Finland
yesterday.
Last night. Yeah. How did it go?
It was great. We had an awesome time. The crowd was amazing. The festival's been absolutely amazing. This country is beautiful, and we've loved it the whole time we were here. So it's been wonderful.
I was talking to your bandmates yesterday, and they mentioned quite a lot of Finnish bands. So have they been like an influence to you?
For sure, absolutely. You know, I love Amorphous. I love. It's funny because it's just like basically Scandinavia in general. Yeah. You know, really influencing us a lot. And like Sonata Arctica and then Bloodbound from Sweden. And, I mean, you know, all the classics. So it's just, you guys just have such a scene up here that produces such amazing metal and is so supportive. And it's funny that the per capita, there's so many metalheads here, so it just kind of happens so naturally, you know. And we being northern folk as well, gravitate to that same kind of sound, you know. And
quite a lot of for example, U.S. people that visits Finland, they say that Finland reminds them quite a lot about Canada, so there are some similarities.
Yes, definitely, many similarities. Like flora and fauna, especially. We don't get the never setting sun thing where we are, because we're quite in south in Canada, but you know, in northern parts of Canada for sure, we experience the exact same sort of climate and life. So yeah, we love it here.
So in terms of yesterday's show, do you have a specific way to prepare for a show?
Yes. Festivals are a little bit different because you don't get into that same rhythm that you do with tours. So you arrive and you kind of are just flying by the seat of your pants the whole time, and it's a matter of whether the festival is kind of taking care of everything and understands that you need time and etc. Or not sometimes, you know.
But it can also be the traveling that you don't really have that time.
Yeah. So we try and always, you know, just book everything so much so that we can have 2 hours beforehand, kind of just to get ready, get set up, get everything sorted on stage. And then I have my own kind of routine where I do my makeup and then I warm up for as long as I have. If I can get an hour, that's great. 45 minutes, I can make it work. 30 minutes, I'm stressed. So whatever I can get in there
is it the same type of routine? Do you sing your own songs or
no?
How do you do?
I just do scales, and I do the same thing every time.
Okay.
I start with really super easy stuff and then kind of work my way up to the hard stuff and the wailing and all that. And I actually did a video on YouTube for Metal Sucks that kind of just gives a little snippet of what I do for my warm-up routine. But yeah, it's always kind of just, you know, singing just for the sake of singing, just to get your voice kind of into the flow of things, and then you work it up the technicality. So that's why an hour is really nice, because then you can really start easy and you just kind of are la 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 all over
so you get all the confident level up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned Amorphous as an influence, and obviously they played yesterday. So do you tend to watch a lot of shows when you are on the road and playing European festivals?
Yeah, absolutely. We try. Yeah, I mean, when you play a festival, sometimes there are bands that you really want to see, but they just don't work out in the time in the timetable.
You have a damn signing session to do, and you miss your favorite band.
Exactly. Rhapsody. No. If we can, absolutely, we'll go out. We'll be out there in the crowd, and we're happy to say hi to people and stuff like that. We're not, gonna hide away in the green room. So if there's bands we want to see, we'll be out there. And Amorphous was definitely one of them last night, because I've been listening to them for years and just love so many of their records. And so I've got tickets to their show in Vancouver when they come through in the fall already. So
okay. Did you meet the guys backstage?
No, I'm not. We're just kind of, don't want to bug people.
You don't bug. If you meet like one of your like biggest idols here in the summer, you don't go and say hi or how do you react?
I did once, but that was, because I had some liquid courage, and so.
Who was that?
Bjorn from Soilwork.
Yeah. But he's a super nice guy, so I guess it went well.
He definitely talked to me a lot longer than I thought he would. I literally just wanted to be like, hey, you're amazing, you're a huge influence. Yeah. Thanks so much for the great show. And then he like kept, and I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
But he's super down to earth, cool guy, so I can imagine him talking with like everybody.
He was awesome. Yeah. So, but I feel bad doing that kind of thing, so I try not to. So if I see someone, that I just, usually do like the head nod or something like that. just keep it to myself.
But you did a signing session yesterday. Mm-hmm. Have you ever asked an autograph yourself from anyone?
No. No, actually, no. I got a photo with Floor one time when she came through with her other band.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of like, oh, hey, hi. Oh, you're standing right there. Like,
let's have a photo.
Yeah, and I felt really bad because I was just like, oh, she's just played and just wants to chill out and relax. And I was like, not that I don't hate this or anything, but it's like I knew where she was.
But you want to also let them have like their space.
Exactly.
Like as an artist that you sometimes need that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, I don't know if this is like the right time. So I literally was just like, click, bye, thanks. So didn't want to like talk her face off or anything like that. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, no, I never. No.
Do you remember which was the first ever artist or musician that you were like a fan of? Did you have some posters on your wall when you were young?
Not really. I mean, it was mostly like I had an Alanis Morissette poster for a while. Like back in the 90s.
So she was probably the first.
Yeah, she was like the first like big concert that I ever went to. I went to like smaller shows and that kind of thing, and like I saw Dragon Force like in a little community center, and
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and like a lot of bands like that, kind of in smaller settings. But hers was the first like arena show that I ever went to, and I just loved her music and like how she was so unapologetic at the time, and I think that was probably the only one. The rest of them was I was just like I don't know. I didn't really put posters on my wall. I would put like inspirational phrases and like artwork that I liked and that kind of thing. So I mean, I had like a couple of like cute guys from back in the day.
But you won't reveal us who. Let's keep it a secret. So the sixth.
What do you think? Who was on my wall when I was a teenager?
I have no ideas, no clue, so I'm not gonna guess. So the sixth album, Fantoma, was released on May, and now I checked that you have played like 3 new songs live-ish. I don't know if that's the correct amount.
Yes,
But how has it been with the like new material?
Good.
What kind of feedback from the fans? What kind of feedback overall?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I mean, people have been stoked to hear the songs. Like there's we have this kind of little intro for Green and Glass that's like the beginning of the song where we don't sing, and kind of takes people a second to hear it, and then when they realize what song is happening, then they cheer, and we're just like, oh yay, okay. They like the song.
I actually noticed that yesterday.
Yeah, so that's really great. That's always nice.
It's a good sign.
Yeah. When people are listening to your new album, and when we're doing the signing sessions, they're saying, oh, the new album is so great, and I'm listening to Fantoma, front to back and again, and that's awesome, and we really appreciate that, because you never know, when you put out new music, if people are gonna like it or care or give it a shot after they've enjoyed your other records. Because I know personally, there's been bands where I've absolutely just destroyed an album a million times over, and then the next thing they put out, I'm kind of like, oh, it's not quite the same, because you just loved that other one so much. And it's not that record is bad, or, that they didn't, have a hit or anything like that. It's just that you just had this sort of mental space where you were at, where this particular record worked for you.
That's very true, because you somehow like timestamp those albums also like into
with
your life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And some album doesn't reflect your life as good as some others do.
Yeah. So that's totally cool. So we're just happy that there are some people out there that are loving it and listening to it and giving it a chance. And we've had a couple fans that were like, yeah, I wasn't really into it, and then I came back to it, a month or so, or a couple months after the release, and now I'm getting it and digging in and stuff. So hopefully people will do that as well. Come back to it, 6 months, a year later. It doesn't matter to us. Give it a chance, and maybe they'll find some songs that they like. But so far, I mean, we're happy with it, and it is what it is, right? It's out there in the world, and can't change it now. So we just move on and start working on the next thing.
But there's also your own tours coming later on, so will you plan on adding more and more new stuff to the set list?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we'll play quite a bit of it in the European headliner in February 2025. Not announced yet, but it's coming. And then I'm not sure we're doing a Powerwolf tour in the fall, and it's a smaller set. So we're not sure what we're going to do yet.
Yeah, it's the same with this European run that I guess you cannot add all the new stuff because you need to play those classics.
Exactly. Because we've never been, to Finland, and tomorrow we play Romania, and we've never been there, and so there's just so many places where we've never played on this run.
So you try to have sort of a best of set in a way.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So yeah, it's hard to squeeze the new stuff in, and we're kind of still deciding about what to do for the North American stuff. So definitely some new, but it's not going to be the majority of the set like we did when we toured Abyss, because we just had we had more time for that. So.
And you also play in a lot of different types of festival, like Time to Rock, for example, in Sweden was 80s rock festival where you played.
Yes.
So do you tend to mix the set also, depending a bit where you are playing and who with?
Not really. We just kind of try and play songs that we know are popular. So, we don't really think about the genre. We think about the fans that are there to see us and what they're expecting to hear. And we knew that we had some fans that were waiting for us and were really excited to see us at that festival. So we just said, okay, well, what are people looking for when we play a set, as opposed to how do we fit in with everything around us. We've never really been like that at all anyways. So just kind of play what's fun and what will get people going.
You have had quite loose schedule this summer, you play weekends at festivals. So what you have been up to on the weekdays when you have time off?
Working
our asses off.
Yeah. No, we got an Airbnb in Europe, and we've just been flying out every weekend. But I have a day job, so during the week I work remotely for my job back home.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's quite hectic then.
Yes.
Even though you would think that it's a little bit easier, but I guess it doesn't.
That's the whole reason why we did it, actually, is because Scott also has a day job back home. So the two of us have been working remotely, and then the boys have just kind of been doing little adventures into town and things like that. And we have our daughter with us, Scott and I, so we've been taking care of her as well. And so yeah, it's kind of. It was more of a, how do we do this? How do we make it work? And continue to, work our day jobs and also be able to bring our daughter with us. So that was, this whole central Airbnb thing was what we came up with.
And I guess this economy is at the moment rather difficult to just jump on being a full-time musician.
Yes, yeah, unfortunately. It's kind of, it comes in waves, that kind of thing. So, we had quite a bit of time off there before Phantoma and before all of this touring, and we wanted to tour the crap out of the other record, but we couldn't because of COVID and all that sort of stuff. So there's just been this crazy lull that was pretty troublesome.
But that's your still long time goal that you want to do this full time,
absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, we would love to. Yeah, but we got a mortgage at home and a kid, and just can't leave anything to chance, unfortunately.
Basic life things that you need to do.
Yeah, precisely.
So before we wrap things up a little bit about the future, what does it hold? You already revealed that there might be some European shows in February.
Yes.
But what else is in the maps?
We're playing 70,000 Tons in January.
See you there, by the way. Yes. I'm coming as well.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll see you there in line for pizza.
This is my first one, so I don't know where the pizza line is.
It's really good, actually, and it's fast, and it's right there, and it's just kind of central. So, it's so much fun. It's just the best. We had too much fun last time, so this time we're gonna tone it down a little bit, I think.
You wish.
Yeah, right.
I'll ask you after the cruise.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely a European tour in February, and those dates are going to be announced as soon as the festival season is done for us. And then we're already writing the next record. We're going to try something new on this one. And
but you're always doing a little bit new.
Yeah, I know. And so we're going to do something, again, new. And so we're actually, I don't want to give away too much, but we're going to try and kind of do a thing. So that's really where we're going to put our focus after Europe. Potentially, I mean, just because we've had such a blast here, and we know so many fans have been waiting for us just in Scandinavia and in the UK, we think we want to try and do kind of just like a northern tour where we
that would be nice.
Yeah, where we do quite a few dates in Scandinavia and then kind of up through the UK and see if we can hit some places that we've never been before. So maybe see if we can work on getting that done. We'll see how it works out. It's kind of, a lot of it's up to our booking agent and how they feel about it. So we'll talk to them about that and see.
But there was also like fans in the signing session who said that they just came for the festival to see you. I actually heard that comment from a fan. So that tells something.
Yes, yeah.
There is fans here.
Yeah, we think that there might be a demand. So we'll look into it and see if we can make something work. It's logistics as well, right? It's a really far, long, expensive flight, and then how do we get around, and what do we do on that side of things, and how do we make it so that it works?
Yeah.
And it just date-wise and that kind of stuff. So lots of logistics to figure out.
Yeah.
But we're definitely gonna look into it because we just had such an awesome time here. So, and then just new music always. Can never stop creating. It's just constantly roiling around in there.
But that's good.
Yes.
Hey, thanks a lot for taking the time, and
thanks
all
for
the
having
best
me.
for the future. Anything you want to say as a closure to the Finnish fans?
Just thank you so much for your support, and thank you for listening to our music, and thanks for coming out to John Smith. We loved seeing you all in the crowd, and hopefully we'll see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.